Hi, this is Seth Harper, Manager of Horticulture here at the Peggy Notebaert Nature Museum. Today we're going to talk a little about late summer blooming plants, especially the goldenrods. So come with me and let's see what's growing on the grounds. Here in Illinois we have 20 to 25 species in the goldenrod group, and these are plants in the genuses Solidago and Euthymia. Goldenrods in general are found in many habitats, but they're most prominent in disturbed ground. Goldenrods bloom in late summer and during the fall. Some of them are some of our latest blooming plants, and they're very important sources of nectar and pollen for many insect species, from bees to wasps and beetles and even some butterflies. Sometimes people attribute hay fever at this time of year to the goldenrod. However, the goldenrod has sticky, heavy pollen because the pollen needs to be carried from one plant to another by an insect. The culprit that is causing the hay fever at this time of year is the ragweeds, mugwort, and plants like this that do not require insect pollination and simply release their pollen into the air to be carried by the wind. Goldenrods are a familiar roadside weed at this time of year. We have about 6 or 8 different species on our grounds in any given year. This particular one, the Canada goldenrod, is the most common and the one most people are familiar with. It's a very aggressive colonizer of any kind of disturbed ground, so roadsides are a perfect habitat for it. The yellow color is just kind of ubiquitous at this time of year. This plant spreads aggressively by underground roots and can form large monocultural stands that can persist anywhere up to 4 decades, and eventually over time other species will come in and diversify the area. But for a long time it was suspected that there was some sort of chemical being produced by the plant that suppresses other plants. And indeed there are some chemicals that seem to inhibit germination of other seeds. However, these don't tend to have a strong effect on our native plants. But when this plant goes overseas, these suppressing chemicals are very effective. And in fact, Canada goldenrod has become invasive in many places around the world because of this, what they call allelopathic chemical compound. That's not to say that there's anything wrong with Canada goldenrod. In its native habitat, it's an excellent source of nectar and pollen for many native insects, and it does a fine job of colonizing disturbed ground with a native plant instead of invasive weed species. Thanks for watching. There's a lot to see here on the ground, so come on down and see what goldenrods you can find.